In some of the other things that you do, you talk about funnel hacking, like looking at other people's funnels and kind of seeing what's working. Is there a traffic hacking component as well? Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Business Lunch. I got Russell Brunson here today. Russell, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. I see you've got your collection of 4 books there in the background.
The box set is done.
I have also got that collection of 4 books. Thank you for sending. And then separately, I have my Traffic Secrets book. So I'm like all set.
You're ready. That's awesome.
How are things going with you and the business and everything while this crazy coronavirus thing's going on?
It's good. Obviously, there's a lot of chaos in the community just because some people, their whole livelihood just, shifted. ClickFunnels is a company, luckily the majority we have 400 employees and most of them work from home anyway. So it didn't have a huge disruption there. There are a couple pockets of little offices, but, other than that, and what's been fascinating for me to watch is on a typical day, we get about 15,000 people a day to log into ClickFunnels to do funnely stuff, right? And right now, for the last three and a half weeks, it's been closer to 30 to 35,000 a day.
Well, it's kind of timely. You've got your new book now that people are home and working on their funnels and getting their stuff up. Now they're kind of like, how do I get traffic, right?
Especially how traffic, the costs, I'm sure you guys have seen across a lot of your businesses, but traffic costs in not all markets, some markets has gone up, but so many markets, the costs have dropped so dramatically that now it's like people can test with a lot less money and try things out. There's so many free ways to get traffic to that are working people as well. So it's definitely, it's a good time. Funny because like the book launch started the day that Trump announced everyone's had to stay home. And I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad, but here we are. Who is my dream customer? Like, what are they, like really understand them at a different level. And then after you know who are they, then the second question is like, well, where are these people actually congregating online? Not just what are they targeting on Facebook, but where are they congregating? Because there's so many traffic sources that most people don't even think about, right? I was showing somebody this today who told me that it's impossible to get traffic today. I said, okay, open up your phone, open up your podcasting app. And I was like, go to the top shows. If you click on where's that? Top shows. And then you can pick the categories. So there's like, I don't know, there's a dozen categories. There's comedy, there's sports, there's true crime, there's arts, fashion, health and fitness, kids and family. And you pick one, so you pick health and fitness. It's like there's the top 200 health and fitness podcasts right now in your market. Most of them are looking for people to interview. And it's like, there's I don't know, there's 100,000 visitors right there. You just have to contact people and be like, hey, I have a good story. Can I tell it on your show? And all of a sudden, boom, you're getting traffic from these other sources. Who are my dream customers? Where are they at? What blogs they're reading? What podcasts? What Facebook groups? What Instagram followers? Like figuring out where these people are at, and then tapping into those sources, and it just opens up your world to so many more places than most people ever think about.
Another thing that you talk about is the importance of story, and you mentioned that when you were talking about reaching out to the podcast people. Tell us a little bit about how that figures into the traffic game.
And our job as marketers then is to like. Step number one is we have to grab their attention, right? So we're throwing out all these hooks that hopefully we'll grab their attention just long enough that they'll stop like mid swipe and like, whoa, wait, what was that? And they stop just for a second. So the first is the hook, and the hook could be a headline, could be a picture, could be a video, could be the weird background, it could be the hook, anything you can use, all tools at your resource to grab their attention so they stop for a second. And after you have their attention, then you've got this little window of time where we have a chance to tell somebody our story. And the goal of this story is to increase the perceived value of the thing that we're going to sell in the future or next, right?
Right.
So we tell them a story, increase the perceived value, and then we make them an offer. And like that's the whole goal of it. And so if you look at any ad that's doing well, you start looking at like hook, story, offer, and you look at what's hook to grab me, what's the story they tell me to try to increase the value of the offer. The other fascinating thing that we started looking at is if you look at any sales funnel, every step in the sales funnel has its own hook, its own story, and its own offer. So the ad has a hook, right? Grabs attention, tells them a story, and then the offer is like, click here to learn more. And that's the offer, right? And then you go to the page, and it's like, you hook them with something there, you tell them a quick story, and then the offer could be like, give me your email address, or buy this product, or register for the webinar, or whatever it is there. And then you come on the next, and every single page has a hook, story, and offer. And what's fascinating is we, had a chance to work so many people in their funnels. It's like, whenever a funnel's broken or not working, it's like fixing it as simple as like looking at that. It's like each step in the process, something's not working. It's always either the hook, the story, or the offer. Either the hook's not grabbing someone's attention, and that's why the ad costs are expensive or the conversion's low, or the story does not build up the perceived value of the thing that you're trying to get them to do, or the offer sucks. And so it's like, if you look at that, it's like, oh, I need a better offer, or my story needs to be better, or like the hook's not getting their intent. Like how do we tweak that? And if you just look at each step in the process as hook, story, offer, how do I fix those things? Then it becomes really easy to diagnose or fix any marketing problem.
I love it. Now, a lot of, in some of the other things that you do, you talk about funnel hacking, like looking at other people's funnels and kind of seeing what's working. Is there a traffic hacking component as well?
100%. That's how I learned all this stuff, right? It's just, obviously there's good courses and good products, but the people who write the courses, where they come up with this stuff. And it's like, they're testing it and they're trying things and they're looking and seeing what's happening. And so I'm a big believer in that. And what's cool is there's so many amazing tools nowadays that'll help you to reverse engineer people's, their traffic campaigns.
What are some ones you like the most?
I love AdBeat. I don't know if you use AdBeat. And there's like AdBeat, what runs where, similar web. They're all kind of similar, but those will go deep, not into like Facebook ads, but kind of banner ads and stuff. It'll show you like, here's the ads, here's how long they ran for, here's the landing pages, here's all the places that this ad was seen on and how long it was seen. It was seen for a week, or this one was seen for a year. And you can see all this data. And so it's really fun, especially if you know like somebody who's got a product that's got similar demographics to you, to plug that in, and also you start seeing these big, huge footprints of like where things are at. And it opens up so many just different doors of like, I never knew that blog existed, yet it's sending 20,000 visitors a month to this thing. And like, and this is the ad that's converting. So let me do my version of that. And it's really fun.
Do you have thoughts about organic versus paid traffic?
Yes, we do both heavily. We're big on paid just because paid is fast and like we're doing stuff so quickly. We have so many offers coming out all the time. Like I love paid because it's like you get instant gratification. But at the same time, over the last year and a half, I've been looking at the companies that are the next tier above where I'm at, right? I'm looking at Shopify and HubSpot and looking at and trying to understand their strategy, because it's different than like a lot of us internet marketing people who are like, we like to hit I want the fast traffic as quick as we can.
Right.
And it's been interesting, like watching Shopify, for example, like the majority of their traffic now comes from these little apps they make that are free, like business name generator, trademark generator, like things like that. They're just, it's a WordPress free software thing that they rank now for it, and they get insane amounts of traffic. And so we've spent over the last year really focusing more on the organic.
Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out for a little bit today. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's fun to, we're going to hang out and talk enough. So it's good to have some FaceTime with you. I appreciate it, man.